Hey friends, welcome to today's video. Today I have a video for those of you with dry skin. I'm going to be sharing a complexion routine, so this is really focused on tips and tricks for your foundation. It is kind of focused on product recommendations as well, but also tips and tricks on how to apply, what types of products to use. My skin has gotten more dry over the years. I turned 40 this year, and I would say over the last 3 years I've noticed my skin getting drier, and I imagine that it's going to get drier as I age. So I've really kind of looked for products and changed things that I love today I wouldn't have loved 5 or 6 years ago. So if you're new to my channel, hi, my name's Lisa. I am a former MAC Cosmetics trainer and a makeup artist and the founder of BK Beauty Brushes. I like to say that because I realize there's a lot of people here that don't know me and don't know my story. But I say this because I'm recommending these products that would work for not only me, but also if I were doing a client's makeup and they had dry skin, these are products that I would go to. I have an assortment of products and brands that I'll be working with today. Everything will be linked in the description box below for you. I do want to thank Kira Weiss though for partnering with me on this video. One of the products that I'll be using in today's video is a product that you saw, if you follow me, you saw that I discovered this product maybe 6 or 7 months ago and I fell in love with it. It is their cream blush in the shade Blossoming, and I'm so glad it was the first product of theirs that I tried because it got me hooked. As soon as I tried that, I was like, I gotta try more of this brand. And I'm really excited that they currently have a sample set available. So you can try this blush. You get a deluxe sample of this blush in this shade. You also get a deluxe sample of their cream highlighter. And then you get a sample of their beautiful primer, which we will be using in today's video. It's right here. So you get those 3 samples. The blush and the highlighter are deluxe size for $5, you guys. $5 plus the cost of shipping. So I'll have a link to that special down below. You don't want to miss that. I mean, that's like a no-brainer. Try this out. You will love it. You will be hooked. Hopefully you will thank me, or you might not because you might be shopping quite a bit. But let's go ahead and get started. I've been doing enough talking. Let's go ahead and jump into the video. Okay, so let's get started. I already have eye makeup on, so this video is really going to be focused on the skin only. I'm going to go in with a primer. I'm going to go in with the Kira Weiss Beautiful Primer to prep the skin. Now, if you have dry skin, I do recommend using something before you apply your makeup, even if you've applied your normal moisturizer in your skincare routine. If some time has passed and your skin is starting to feel a little dry, like mine is, go in to prep the skin for makeup. And that could be a primer. This one is really great for dry skin because it gives a very pretty glow to the skin, a very natural glow to the skin. It also is very hydrating and it feels like a skincare and primer kind of hybrid in one. It's really beautiful. You can see that it kind of instantly lights up the face. So you can use a primer or you can use like a hyaluronic serum, something to just kind of add a little bit extra hydration to the skin and prep the skin for makeup. Okay, so now that that's on, we're gonna go in with foundation. Now, I'm really excited to share this foundation and I wanna share a little story about this foundation. We are gonna be using the Kira Weiss Cream Foundation. Maybe this was a newer product from Kira Weiss that I tried, and I have a really interesting story about this product. So I was at Whole Foods and I was in the parking lot and a viewer came up to me and was like, hey, I watch your videos, and we were talking and she's like, I actually went and bought the Kira Weiss Cream Blush from one of your videos that you were talking about. And the guy who worked with me and applied it on me, he was talking about this foundation. And I do remember him telling me the same thing about this foundation. So it's funny because he told me this and then he also told her this, but I didn't actually try it when he told me about it. She did, and then she relayed it to me. And so then I went to him and I was like, okay, give me that little combination. But she said that the cream foundation with the Kira Weiss oil, this is the beautiful oil, drop a drop or maybe 2 drops, depending on, you kind of figure out what you like and how much you need, but start with a drop and then mix it into the foundation, apply it to the skin. She said it was so beautiful, especially for dry, mature skin. So I went straight there and that's exactly what I did. I picked up these 2 products and let me tell you, they are beautiful. And I think particularly for people with dry skin really would love this. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take the beautiful oil, and I just do 1 drop to start. And then if I apply that and I feel like I need a little more foundation, then I'll go and add another. But I like to just do 1 little drop and I literally just drop it right into the pan. And then I go in with my foundation brush. Where is I got a clean 106 brush. And you just go and warm it up and mix it into the product and then apply it on the skin. This foundation is really nice and buildable. I really like buildable foundations, especially for, I just love them period for all skin types, but especially when you're working with mature skin or drier skin, they're nice because you can customize the amount of product that is on your skin. Oftentimes if we're dry or we have show signs of aging, texture, wrinkles, fine lines, when you have a lot of product on the skin, it can really magnify that texture. So I really like that this is very light, very natural, but you have the option to go in and add more and build it without it looking heavy or cakey. So I do need to go back in and add another drop. My skin is just, it's really dry lately. So you know what, I'm gonna go and add 2. I'm gonna go right in here to that, warm it up, and then apply it on the skin. This foundation looks like skin with a little bit of radiance to it. What's nice about Curewise, I know they do this for the blush and the foundation. There might be other products that you have this option, but you choose your packaging. So when you first buy the product, you purchase the refill product, and you also purchase the packaging. That's just your first time. And then when you go back, you'd obviously just purchase the refill. But you have the option for packaging. You can do the really beautiful packaging like this. It's very heavy. I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Mine's full of fingerprints, but you can see how gorgeous this is. Or you can do this packaging, which is lighter weight. It's also a fraction of the cost of the other packaging, and you can put your product in there as well. So you have the option for which packaging you want to go with. Now I have used this oil with other foundations and it works really beautiful as well to mix it in with like liquid foundations. The concealer that I really love when my skin feels really dry, and actually I love this concealer just all around, regardless of how my skin feels, but I do think this concealer is great for drier under eyes. It's the Bobbi Brown Skin Full Cover Concealer. This is the full coverage concealer. It's very hydrating, but it stays in place. Sometimes what we run into when we're working with really hydrating or creamy concealers is, yes, they're hydrating under the eye, but they will settle in fine lines or move around throughout the day. This one stays in place. I do need to set it with the powder, but that's the case for me for every concealer. And you just need a little bit of it because it is full coverage. I always like to put a little bit in the inner corner and a little bit in the outer corner, and I'll just spread that product underneath the eye rather than putting an entire swipe under my eye. That's more product than I need. And while it may look great when you first apply it throughout the day, you'll look in the mirror and you'll feel like every fine line under your eye is magnified, and it's simply because you have too much product on the skin. So by the way, in the foundation, I'm the shade Feathery, and in the concealer by Bobbi Brown, I'm the shade Beige. So I do like to set the skin even when my skin is drier, but I choose loose powders that are very fine, very light, translucent, and that won't completely mattify the skin. This one from Hourglass is really nice. It's the Mineral Veil powder. I'm just gonna use a large brush. You wanna choose something that's large and fluffy so you don't pick up too much product. And I always like to tap my brush off, you guys know that. Now, I like to keep the center of the face powdered first. I don't really powder all over. I just kind of powder where I tend to, I feel like foundation tends to move more throughout the day. For me, that's in the center of the face, around the mouth, and then underneath the eye. So I'm gonna go in and bronze the skin. Now, you might think that I'm gonna go in with a cream bronzer, but I'm actually gonna balance this look out, and I'm gonna use a powder bronzer. We've got the cream foundation mixed with the facial oil. I'm about to go in with a cream blush, so I wanna have a powder in there to just kind of balance it and bring it all together. If I have too many products on there that are creamy, depending on your skin, depending on the climate, it's a humid day today, things might move and migrate. So I'm gonna use the Dior Forever Powder Bronzer. This is the shade Warm Bronze, and I'm just gonna go and warm up the face. This is the BK Beauty 111 brush. Next, we're gonna go in and light up the cheeks, and this is kind of like the star of the show today. This is the Curewise Cream Blush, and this is the shade Blossoming. This was actually the very first product that I picked up from Curewise because the makeup artist that I work with that sells Curewise locally here to me just kept raving and raving and raving about this product. Every time I would go into his shop and I'd be like, okay, what's new? Tell me what I need. He would go on and on and on about this. And so I was like, okay, I'll take it. And I really love when you purchase kind of a hero product from a brand, when you're just getting started with the brand, it's the first product that you try and it happens to be just a knockout. It really gets you excited to purchase other products from them. So that's kind of what happened with this. The formula is so beautiful. It's very soft and very blendable and very buildable. I know I keep saying that word, but I really love buildable products, which basically means that when you go in, you're not gonna get a ton of pigment and payoff right off the bat. You have options. You can get very soft, flush color, but then you can build it to get more opaque finish. I mean, that is like a makeup makeup artist dream in a formula, something that is buildable. It's just so complimentary on the skin. It's also 100% certified organic, which all of the Kira Weiss's products are. This blush has sweet almond oil in it. It also has jojoba oil in it. It gives a really beautiful blurred but radiant finish. So what I like to do is I'm gonna start, and by the way, I'm using the BK Beauty 112 brush. This is a smaller blush brush that's not super dense, so it's gonna give me a lot of control and flexibility. And I just like to go straight into the pan and press this on the cheeks and just kind of move my brush up. You notice I'm just pressing onto the skin. I'm not like pulling or swiping. You can do that. That's gonna really shear the product out. But what I'm doing is, because this product is buildable, I really wanna get everything off my brush onto my skin. This color is just stunning. It is stunning. It's kind of hard for me not to go overboard with it, but you can't really go overboard with this color. It's so beautiful. Do you see how it just lights up the skin and gives a really subtle glow? It stays in place really nicely. The color lasts all day. It's just so gorgeous. I actually have this in a few other shades, but Blossoming is my favorite. And this is the one that comes in the sampler set. So you get to try this with the cream highlighter and a sample of the beautiful primer. Oh, that is so pretty. Like, I could get a little carried away with it, but speaking of that, if you do get carried away and you apply too much, I mean, really all you need to do is kind of just bounce your brush and move it around, and it'll kind of work itself out. I'm always gonna take a little bit on the nose too. In summer, I really like to take my blush, especially when it's a color like this, and just kind of lightly dust it so you have like this look across the face like you just got back from vacation. Maybe you're recovering from a little bit of a suntan. If you do feel like you over applied, which I don't feel like I did, but if you do, just take your brush that you use for powder and lightly press it onto the product. I didn't add any powder to this. I'm just working with whatever is kind of left there, and that'll just soften everything. Okay, so now that I've concealer and powder under the eyes, I'm gonna go and line my under eyes. This is a new product that I grabbed from Hourglass, and it's a waterproof gel eyeliner, and the color is so beautiful. Let me show you. It's like a lighter bronze. Isn't that pretty? So I'm gonna line my eyes from the outer corner. We're gonna work our way about to the middle. Okay, so now I have all my makeup on, but there's one more product I wanna share with you as an option for a powder that brightens a little bit more and that mattifies a little bit more, but it's still hydrating to the skin, and that's by Jouer. This is the Soft Focus Hydrate and Set Powder, and this is a great powder option if you have drier skin and you want kind of more of a smoothing or softly mattifying look, but you don't want it to dry your skin out or make your skin look dry. This one is really, really nice. It just gives a very soft velvet finish, and I would recommend just applying it, like I said, in the center of your face. Avoid applying it over any of the cream blush or cream products you've used on the cheeks. It also kind of brightens a little bit more. It has a little more pigment than the Hourglass, so you'll get that kind of that brighter under eye look. The key with using this powder though on drier skin is to use a brush that's pretty large, and that's really the key for using any powder. If you have really dry skin, use a large fluffy brush so that you don't accidentally over powder. So I hope you guys found these tips and tricks helpful. If you have drier skin, let us know what some of your favorite products are to combat dry skin down below. I'll have all the products that I use listed and linked in the description box below for you, as well as a link to the Kira Weiss sample set. I mean, it's such a great deal, you guys. It's $5 plus the cost of shipping, and you get 2 deluxe samples of their cream blush and the cream highlighter. And the cream blush, of course, is the shade that I use, which is Blossoming, which is their best seller and a really great product to try the brand out. And then you also get a sample of the beautiful primer. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something new, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye.